Hey again, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Hockey on the Spot with Brandon Merrifield. I'm Brandon Merrifield. Thank you for joining me. And this is a very special one because this is my 80th episode 80 of Hockey on the Spot. And we're going to start with just a couple of updates that were recently posted, and also one update that I forgot to mention from episode 79 regarding Edmonton Oilers forward Taylor Hall from that game against the Ottawa Senators. He took a knee-on-knee collision with Ottawa Senators defenseman Eric Gryba and was sent home to Edmonton for an MRI. So hopefully he's okay. I feel for him. It stinks when that kind of stuff happens. So hopefully he is okay. Now, recently updated, the Detroit Red Wings have recalled center Darren Helm and defenseman Xavier Ouellet from the Grand Rapids Griffins and have reassigned center Luke Glendening to Grand Rapids. And finally, Montreal Canadiens forward Brandon Pruss will miss 4 weeks with a shoulder injury. Montreal has recalled Patrick Holland and Michael Blunden from the Hamilton Bulldogs of the American Hockey League. So now, with all that being said, only 3 games from last night's action. So let's talk about all of them, starting with 2 teams that played, 3 of the 6 teams that played on Saturday as well. Starting with a matchup of 2 teams that did. The Vancouver Canucks and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Both teams losing on Saturday, Vancouver to Pittsburgh and Columbus to Washington. But in this game, it would be Columbus coming out on top by a final score of 3-1. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, their goals coming from Marian Gaborik, assisted by Artem Anisimov and James Wisniewski. Then R.J. Umberger would get his first of the year, assisted by Ryan Johansson and Dalton Prout. And for Dalton Prout, that is his first point of the season. And then after that, Ryan Johansson would get an empty net goal, assisted by R.J. Umberger. Curtis McElhaney would get the starting goal. For him, it was his first start of the year. He gets the win. 37 saves on 38 shots and .974 save percentage. He was the game's first star. R.J. Umberger was the second star, and Ryan Johansson was the third star. So a brilliant performance by Curtis McElhaney. For the Vancouver Canucks, only Henrik Sedin would get up on the board, scoring a power play goal, assisted by Jason Garrison and Ryan Kessler, his first assist of the year. Eddie Lack would get his second start in his career, and he was not that good in this one. Or actually, he was good, but not good enough to get the win. 26 saves and 28 shots and .929 save percentage. So congrats to the Vancouver Canucks. Next up, we have the Nashville Predators and the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. Nashville coming up with the big win on Saturday, and come up with another big win against Winnipeg by a final score of 3-1. After a scoreless first period, Nashville goes on a scoring frenzy in the second, starting with a short-handed goal just 20 seconds into the second period by Eric Nystrom unassisted. Then Patrick Hornquist would add an unassisted goal a little while later, and then after that, Matt Cullen would get his second of the year, assisted by Craig Smith and Colin Wilson. Carter Hutton would get the starting goal, his second start of his career, and was brilliant. 38 saves and 39 shots and .974 save percentage. So far, it's been a night all about the backup goaltenders, Curtis McElhaney and Carter Hutton. For the Winnipeg Jets, their only goal coming in the third period, Evander Kane getting his 5th of the year, assisted by Olli Jokinen and Devin Setoguchi. Andre Pavlik got the starting goal and made 23 saves on 26 shots and .885 save percentage. So not a great night for him, and not a great night for the Winnipeg Jets, quite frankly. Despite dominating in shots on goal, Evander Kane had 10 shots on goal to lead both teams, and Dustin Byfuglien had 7. So those guys had a shooting galleries, but unfortunately they could not get the win. Congratulations to the Nashville Predators. And last but not least, we have the Dallas Stars and the Anaheim Ducks in Anaheim. The Ducks' final game of a 5-game homestand, and they come up with the win, remaining going undefeated in the 5-game homestand. 6-3, the final score. They looked bad at one point, trailing the game 3-1. They led 1-0, trailed 3-1, and then dominated the rest of the way, particularly in the second period. For the Anaheim Ducks, their goals coming from Teemu Selanne, who continues on a 3-game goal-scoring streak. He had a power play goal assisted by Ryan Getzlaf and Sami Vatanen. The Ducks finally connecting on the power play. They did it quite a bit in this game, actually. Then after the Stars took a 3-1 lead, it was all Anaheim from there. Corey Perry would score 2 goals in the game. His first one at even strength, assisted by Ryan Getzlaf and Daniel Winnick. And then his second one on the power play, assisted by Cam Fowler and Ryan Getzlaf. Then after that, Emerson Edom would score what was the eventual game-winning goal, a short-handed goal for his first of the year, assisted by Andrew Cogliano and Brian Allen. Then Ryan Getzlaf would add a goal to his 4-point night. Getzlaf had a goal and 3 assists in the game, assisted by Corey Perry and Kyle Palmieri. Palmieri's first assist of the year. Corey Perry had 2 goals and an assist in the game. And then after that, Matthew Perreault would get his 3rd of the year, assisted by Emerson Edom and Cam Fowler. For Edom, his first assist of the year. Cam Fowler had 2 assists in the game. Lots of penalty minutes throughout the game, though. Antoine Roussel led both teams in penalty minutes with 16. So that obviously not good for the Stars, and only bad news for the Anaheim Ducks. They lose Dustin Penner in the game, taking a hit from forward Ryan Garbett, who will have an in-person hearing today, an intentional check to the head, where the head was the target. He left his feet, so hopefully Dustin Penner will make a safe and healthy return soon. Corey Perry led both teams in the game with 8 shots on goal. The Ducks had a shooting frenzy in the game yet again. Corey Perry, 8 shots on goal. Jakob Silfverberg, 5 shots on goal. So, brilliant game performance for the whole entire team. Except for the goaltender who started the game. Jonas Hiller got the start in the game and did not look like the Jonas Hiller we had been seeing throughout the season. An undefeated goaltender, looked like he was about to lose. Just 9 saves on just 12 shots, a .750 save percentage, remained in net for the rest of the first period, and then after that, Frederik Andersen would come in net for the remaining 2 periods, a guy who had never played an NHL game. He made his NHL debut, and with this NHL debut, he made history, becoming the first ever Danish goaltender to ever play in the National Hockey League, and also becoming the first ever Danish goaltender to get a win. 24 saves on 24 shots. Not exactly a shutout because of the goals given up by Jonas Hiller, but for Frederik Andersen, it's a personal shutout in his first appearance. He didn't start the game, but man, he sure as heck changed the pace of the game. He was brilliant. Surprisingly, he was not one of the Stars, but he really made history last night. So congratulations to him. For the Dallas Stars, again, all their goals coming in the first period when Jonas Hiller was in goal. Ryan Garbett got his first of the year, assisted by Vern Fiddler. Then after that, Brendan Dillon would get up on the board, assisted by Valeri Nichushkin and Sean Horkoff. For Sean Horkoff, his first assist of the year and first point in a Dallas Stars sweater. And for Valeri Nichushkin, that was his first NHL point at long last. And then after that, Sean Horkoff would get himself a power play goal off a deflection, assisted by Eric Cole and Jamie Benn. And for Sean Horkoff, that was his first goal in a Dallas Stars sweater. The Dallas Stars also had a goaltender making his NHL debut, Jack Campbell, who actually remained in net for the entire game, faced a lot of shots, and despite giving up 6 goals, actually looked pretty good. 41 saves on 47 shots and .872 save percentage. So a night just completely all about the backup goaltenders. The only starting goaltender that really played the full game last night was Andrei Pavlik of the Winnipeg Jets, keeping in mind that Jonas Hiller did get pulled in this game. So a lot of history made in last night's game. And actually, for the Anaheim Ducks, that is just the second time in franchise history in which they have gotten 7 wins in a row. That ties a franchise record from 1998-99 campaign. If they win their game Tuesday against the Toronto Maple Leafs, they will set the franchise record for most consecutive wins. But for the Anaheim Ducks, the toughest stretch of their season coming up now, an 8-game road trip throughout the Eastern Conference. So this will be a tough swing for the Anaheim Ducks, for sure. They'll hopefully get through it. And the last news about the Anaheim Ducks, it's an interesting fact, actually. Anaheim Ducks forward Teemu Selanne has scored on 148 different goaltenders during his NHL career, including Dallas Stars goaltender Jack Campbell. So that is huge for him. Just 2 more goaltenders to score on, and that'll be 150 different goaltenders. So congratulations to Teemu Selanne. And actually, by the way, for goaltender Carter Hutton of the Nashville Predators, last night was his first career NHL win as well. So congratulations to him as well as Frederik Andersen. And last but not least, this day in hockey history from October 21st. In 1979, Phil Esposito, who was playing for the New York Rangers at the time, became just the second player in NHL history who achieved 1,500 career points. Phil Esposito won the Stanley Cup in both 1970 and 1972 with the Boston Bruins. He was the first player, however, who was able to achieve 1,500 career points is Gordon, a.k.a. Gordie Howe, otherwise known as Mr. Hockey. And that'll do it for episode 80 of Hockey on the Spot. Thank you all for joining me today. This has been Hockey on the Spot with Brandon Barenfeld. I'm Brandon Barenfeld. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you and have a great day.